Okay, fine. These are uncertain times. Got it. But most times are uncertain. So what we're dealing with now is maybe unusual. But at the same time, you can never be sure of anything. We're always dealing with uncertainty in some way, maybe not at the level that we've been dealing with it currently, but we are always dealing with it. So, how do you deal with it? Well, there are two things that I really think make a difference. One is being prepared, which I've talked about in a different video. The other one is creativity. Now, being creative means being open minded to possibilities. Very often, when we're dealing with crisis, we shut down, we put on blinders, we become very narrow minded. It's actually a very natural thing. The body, when dealing with some kind of crisis, shuts down, closes in on itself as a form of protection. However, businesses can only do that to a certain point. After that point, it becomes not so beneficial for the organization. So, yes, constrict a little bit just as a form of protection, but also open your mind to possibilities that maybe you didn't initially see. So, being creative is being aware of those possibilities, of opening your mind, opening your eyes to other ways of doing things. So that means other perspectives, other mindsets, other thoughts, other opinions, other beliefs. So, how do you come up with other ideas? How do you become more creative? By listening to other people. Now, sure, you can close yourself up in your office and have a brainstorming session with yourself, but that really isn't the best way to go about it. The best way, I think, is to talk to other people, to have conversations, whether that's your employees, your customers, random people on the street. You never know when someone will say something that will spark an idea in your mind, either because they have got a great idea or because something that they said will connect with something you've been thinking and then create an even better idea. Now, this isn't about getting the opinions of everyone you meet and trying to get a consensus of opinions, but it is about being open to other opinions, other perspectives, other mindsets, opening up your mind to connect dots that maybe weren't connected. Now, another part of creativity, though, is also being decisive and taking action and actually doing something. So, you can't really consider yourself creative if you're just sitting in a room thinking thoughts. Part of being creative is to create something, whether that's a business decision or a work of art. It's creating something. So, the best way to deal with uncertainty is to see the forest for the trees, to keep looking up, look around you, see what's going on, understand what's going on, and then focus and make a decision. Decisive action, but be willing to change your mind based on everything else that you've seen. And don't be afraid to keep looking up to make sure you're going in the right direction. If you think about it, it makes sense. If you're jogging down the street, you may look down to make sure that you're not going to trip, but you do want to keep looking up to make sure you're going in the right direction. One of the worst things you can do in times of uncertainty is to lock yourself up into a room and close yourself off from everyone and everything. Be willing to jump into the gray area.